Okay, time for another video. So we've got another essay. No idea, haven't had a look at it yet, but we're going to be using the criteria as always to refer to it when we're scoring, when it's time for scoring, I should say. So let's have a look at it, see what we've got. Here we go. Okay, right. So two-part question, it seems. Let me just sort this out, get ready to go. So today, credit cards are easy to get in many countries, but some people who use them struggle to repay their debt. Are there more advantages and disadvantages to using credit cards? Question 1. What's the solution to this problem? The problem, presumably, is of a struggle to repay the debt. Okay, two-part question. So, first things first. How many words did you do done right? 245. 245? Way too short. Let me just check. Let me just make sure. Automatic penalty, 245. It's not 250. So, not a very good start. All essays, at least 250. A minimum. If you write less, then the scale according to that which you write less, you get automatic deductions. Where is it? Where does it say deductions? 50 words, 100. So if you're less than 100 words down, you go down 3 bands. So 176 to 240 minus 1 whole band on task response. So you're pretty close to automatically losing a band, and they might still do it in any case because it's not 250. So too short. Now, I don't know if you've seen any of our tutorial videos before, but using our sentence by sentence approach, between 12 to 14 sentences usually will bring you in at just under 300 words. So I don't know why this is only 245, but I've checked it twice. I'll check it again. It doesn't look particularly short, but that's what it says. So, okay. So let's take a look. Credit cards as an effective financial mean. What? Financial means? Means of what? Are accessible in almost all countries. Although some may encounter good difficulties, well, we don't need that preposition. Oops. We don't need that. May encounter difficulties. So, to pay off debt, to pay off what? Their debt, their credit card debt, to pay off what? Debt in general? You mean? So, credit cards are an effective financial. Credit cards is an effective financial means. I mean, we usually say means of something, or an effective means of finance, or are accessible in almost all countries. Though some may encounter difficulties to pay off their debt, I believe that the benefit or benefits, but I put an article, the benefits of pervasive, why pervasive use of credit cards far outweigh any possible drawback or drawbacks in general. Benefits, drawbacks, backs. Besides, the government or governments can impose some limitation on the amount of credit in order to reduce financial problems. Again, if it's a compound abstract noun, make it a plural. Benefits, drawbacks, cards, countries, benefits, etc. So, are there more advantages and disadvantages? That's what you've got to answer me in paragraph 2. That's what you've got to answer me. And then in paragraph number 3, you have to answer. So, if you do this essay correctly, it should be pretty long because it says, So, for paragraph 2, you should be saying, yes, there's more. So, yes, there are more advantages. So you would have to give me 2 advantages versus 1 disadvantage if you think the answer is yes, because it says, are there more? You have to say, yes, there are. Here's 2 versus 1. And that would be paragraph 2, so that would be a lengthy paragraph. So that should take you up to 300 words, not 245. Admittedly, the basic. So why do we have disadvantages? You say the benefits, right? So are there more advantages? You say yes. So why are you telling me about the disadvantage? Admittedly, the basic disadvantage with credit cards is the inability to balance monthly incomes with expenditures. Okay. Consequently, some people may be tempted to purchase a facility which they are not enough affordable to repay it. I'm not sure what that means. It, and what does it refer to? It not only results in their account being blocked as a bad credit customer, but it also may adversely affect other criteria such as insurance, making people nervous and depressed. Okay. Nevertheless, credit cards, right, so just in terms of structure, of logic, right, it says, so we've got 2 questions to answer. Are there more advantages and disadvantages? You say yes. So why are you starting with disadvantages? Surely it would make more sense to say, there are 2 main reasons why the 2 main reasons why people use cards are this and this, because of blah blah blah, for example, blah blah blah. However, the main disadvantage as I see it is blah 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 blah, and that will be paragraph 2. Okay, paragraph 3, what's the solution to the problem of people struggling to repay their debt? That's the problem. That's what I need you to answer in paragraph number 3. However, what it looks like you're doing here is you're telling me about the advantages. Nevertheless, credit cards provide benefits for people by providing the opportunity to. Nevertheless, credit cards provide benefits for people by providing the opportunity to devise an elaborate plan for their finances based on their incomes. Well, what's that got to do with credit cards? You can sit down with a piece of paper and write income expenditure. What do credit cards? What's the benefit? Okay, it enables people to take advantage of some yearly offered bonuses by main companies or distributors like Amazon. What advantage? What bonuses? In addition to being a reliable source of money when people encounter unpredictable problems such as a car accident or suffering from disease. Well, the question is saying, are there more? And you say far outweigh, but you've basically said, here's some advantages and here's some disadvantages. How's that showing what one side far outweighs, and what's the solution? In order to stem the tide of bad credit customers, the amount of granted credit considered depends, don't you mean should? Depends on the financial background of the customer. Now, this should be your conclusion here, as well as their social position and yearly tax. In order to stem the tide of bad credit customers, right, the amount of granted credit considered depends on the financial background of the customer, as well as their social position and yearly taxes. So for that reason, all bank accounts are divided into certain categories, which each one has its own terms and conditions. Well, what's that got to do with a credit card? I have a bank account. I don't have a credit card. What's that got to do with answering that question? Where's the conclusion? In conclusion, I think he wrote something else. Can be advisory. Well, my advice is what is missing here is a conclusion. You're on 245 words. The conclusion would take you up to 300. So that's my main advice there. Okay, so let's take a look at this then. Criteria. So it's too short. So automatically you get a penalty. Does it address all parts of the task? Kind of. Some are more fully covered. In other words, it says, do they outweigh? Are there more? And you said that they far outweigh. So far, that doesn't mean the same. You say far. So you say the disadvantage, so the basic disadvantage, which is 1, the inability to balance monthly incomes with expenditure. So, but what does that mean? So a facility that follows, okay, so that is only 1. So the advantage, credit cards provide, so you can devise a plan, you can take advantage. Well, that's in addition to being so is that 2? In addition to being a reliable source? So that's kind of 2. But you haven't specifically said, there are more. You have to read it to find out what is going on here. Examiner is not going to be overly analysing this as I'm doing. He's going to read it and think, no idea, and he'll just give you this. So, examiner might be kind of tempted for 5. No, I don't think it supports a 7. Overgeneralise, lack of focus. Well, I think, yeah, and so right. So we don't have a conclusion, right? And it's too short. So you would probably get 5 in any case. If you had a conclusion, if it was more than 250 words, you might get 6. But as it currently stands, 245 words, no conclusion, you can't have more than 5. That's just how it is. Paragraphing. Message, cohesion. Well, it's not, is it? Because you've got disadvantages, advantages. Why didn't you put advantages? And you say the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So why did you write about the disadvantages first? Logically sequenced. Well, no. The message can be followed with ease. No. Logically organized, clear progression, clear central topic. Well, let me think. Generally arranged coherently. That's debatable. No, I don't think it deserves less than 6 now. 7, can't really give it 7. Clear central topic which is developed. Well, it's not really. This is tied in with like task response development. There's no clear examples. I mean, okay. Basic disadvantage with credit cards, some people may be tempted to purchase a facility. I'm not sure what that means, which they are not able to, which they cannot repay. Such as what? Not only resulting in their account being blocked, adversely affecting the criteria, making people nervous and depressed. Where's that come out of? Where's that come from? Is that supposed to be tied in with the first disadvantage, or is this supposed to be a second one? I'm not really sure. It's not very clear. Digital source of money. Well, I give it 6. I like to give it 7, but it's not very clear, and the logic, it's just not logical. So that's basically why I can't give it more than 6. Now, the vocab. Vocab's not so bad. We'll come to the grammar in a moment, which is not so good, but the vocab, which means accessible or countries, impose, limitations, pervasive, usage. Okay, nice uncommon word. Bad credit customer, some good collocations, adversely affect. Some good stuff here. What else have we got? Reliable source, money, or I think income might be better instead of money. Stem the tide, that's good. Okay, so the vocab part is not too bad at all. I mean, some inaccuracies. I give it 7. It's not too bad at all. So I can't give it more than 5 because it's too short. You don't have a conclusion. So I can give it 6 for that and 7 for the vocab because it's not bad. Now it says occasional. Well, it's more than occasional inaccuracies, and some inappropriacies do occur. 7. A little bit of work. It should be 7, but for today, no, sorry, it should be 8. Sorry, 8. For today, I'll give it 7. Now, how your grammar score is calculated? They count the number of mistakes that you make, not the number of sentences that you produce without a mistake, not the number of mistakes that you make. So they count the sentences and see how many do not have a mistake. So they have to be free of error. Error-free, error-free, error-free. Okay? So, let's do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think is that all one sentence? That should be 2. Let's say 8, 9, 10. So, 10 sentences. Okay, so critic has an effective financial means, encounter difficulties, pay off their debt, the benefits besides the government, problems, the inability, which they are not able, not enough affordable. So we have minor errors in every sentence. Apart from one sentence without an error. So, grammar score, can't give it punctuation, grammar. It's not just have to give it 6. Can't give it more. Too many. Okay, so what did I say? 6, 7, 6, 5. Now, can't give it more than 5. There's no clear examples. It's too short. No conclusion. Examiner might probably won't give you 4 notes. I think 5. So, what did I say? 5, 6, 7, and 6. So what's that? 5. What did I say? 5, 6, 7, and 6. So 5 and 6, 11. 7, 18 plus 6, 24. 12, 6. Don't need to be a mathematical genius to work out that. So 6. I'm afraid can't give you more than 6. The main reason: too many grammatical mistakes. Right? Only one sentence without an error. It's Too short, 245 words, automatically you get a penalty. No conclusion, automatically you get a penalty. It can't give you more than 5. No clear specific examples, it's all a bit vague. Some good vocab though, with a bit more work on appropriate language, you could get a better score there. That's basically it. I think you would be struggling to get more than 6 with this particular essay. Okay, hope that helps.